In our previous lecture, we discussed the drugs acting at the neuromuscular junction. I hope you have watched and learned from that. Now, in this lecture, we will focus on drugs acting on the sympathetic system. The sympathetic nervous system is important in regulating organs such as the heart and peripheral vasculature. The transmitter released from sympathetic nerve endings is norepinephrine, or noradrenaline. But in response to some forms of stress, epinephrine or adrenaline is also released from the adrenal medulla. These catecholamines are inactivated mainly by reuptake. Sympathomimetics are drugs that partially or completely mimic the actions of norepinephrine and epinephrine. They act either directly on alpha or beta adrenoceptors or indirectly on the presynaptic terminals, usually by causing the release of norepinephrine. Beta-2-adrenoceptor agonists cause bronchial dilatation and are used in the treatment of asthma. They are also used to relax uterine muscle in an attempt to prevent preterm labor. Beta-1-adrenoceptor agonists, like dobutamine, are sometimes used to stimulate the force of heart contraction in severe low-output heart failure. Alpha-1 agonists, for example, phenylephrine, are used as mydriatics and in many popular decongestant preparations. Alpha-2 agonists, notably clonidine and methyl-dopa, are centrally acting hypotensive drugs, which act after its conversion to alpha-methyl norepinephrine, which is a false transmitter. Sympathomimetic amines that act mainly by causing norepinephrine release, for example amphetamine, have the alpha-1 or alpha-2 selectivity of norepinephrine. Ephedrine, in addition to causing norepinephrine release, also has a direct action. Its effects resemble those of epinephrine, but last much longer. Ephedrine is a mild central stimulant, but amphetamine, which enters the brain more readily. It has a much greater stimulant effect on mood and alertness and a depressant effect on appetite. Amphetamine and similar drugs have a high abuse potential and are rarely used. Beta-adrenoceptor antagonists, beta blockers, are important drugs in the treatment of angina, cardiac arrhythmias, heart failure, and glaucoma. Alpha-adrenoceptor antagonists, alpha blockers, have limited clinical applications. They are used in the treatment of benign prostatic hyperplasia, pheochromocytoma, and as a third-line drug in hypertension. Reuptake of norepinephrine by a high-affinity transport system in the nerve terminals recapture most of the transmitter and is the main method of terminating its effects. A similar extraneuronal transport system exists in the tissues, but is less selective and less easily saturated. Monoamine oxidase and catechol methyltransferase are widely distributed enzymes that catabolize catecholamines. Inhibition of both these enzymes has little potentiating effect on responses to sympathetic nerve stimulation or injected catecholamines like norepinephrine and epinephrine because they are largely inactivated by reuptake. Alpha-1 adrenoceptors are postsynaptic. Their activation in several tissues, for example smooth muscle and salivary glands, causes an increase in inositol 1,4,5-triphosphate and subsequently cytosylic calcium, which triggers vasoconstriction or glandular secretion. Alpha-2 adrenoceptors occur on noradrenergic nerve terminals. Their activation by norepinephrine inhibits adenylyl cyclase. The consequent fall in cyclic adenosine monophosphate closes calcium ions channels and diminishes further transmitter release. Beta-adrenoceptor activation results in stimulation of adenylyl cyclase. This increases the conversion of adenosine triphosphate to cyclic AMP. The cyclic AMP acts as a second messenger, coupling the receptor activation to response. Stay tuned to learn about sympathomimetics and adrenoceptor antagonists in our next sections. Keep watching sqadia.com.